Hey friends, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share a pattern paper, not just a haul with you, but more of like a breakdown. I've done a couple of these videos in the past and you guys seem to find them really helpful. I got a lot of great feedback on those videos, but it's been a while. We haven't done one for 2024 yet. And now that we are ushering into the spring season, I just was really craving some new patterns and prints to play with, some brighter and cheerful color palettes. And so I picked up a couple new paper pads. A lot of times for me, pattern paper is the jumping off point for my card making. A lot of times I will look through the papers first and kind of choose my stamp sets based on the imagery that is here and what I want to use. And I definitely choose my color palettes based on pattern paper all the time. So it's a really essential tool in my craft room for my style of card making, and one that I really, really love. So I hope to share a little bit of that love with you today. So I'm going to go through all 4 paper pads that I picked up. 2 of them are from companies that I have used again and again, and I know that they have great prints and patterns that mix and match, that their color palettes are always on point. And then 2 of the paper pads are from a company that I haven't used in a very long time. I'm talking maybe a decade. I don't think I've bought any of their paper, but these new pads just really spoke to me. So we're going to go through everything together, and I'm going to break down why I chose these paper pads and what prints I would mix together and why, and what things I think would not work well together and why. So we'll go through all of that and just break it down. So I hope you guys are here for it, and let's go ahead and dive in. So I'm going to start with this one here. This is called the Echo Park My Little Girl pattern paper pad, and this one is a 6x6 and it is double-sided, which I love. I prefer double-sided paper because I find that the double-sided paper pads just coordinate so much better than the paper pads that are just the front side. But anyway, we're going to go through this one. So I did not choose this paper pad because of what it's called, the little girl. I don't have any little girls. I have only boys, and I do have a new niece that was just born, but I mean, she's like a week and a half old at this point. So, I mean, eventually I might use some paper from here to make her a card, but the reason I chose this paper pad is because of the color palette and the springtime feels of it. You can see that it's like a very pastel, kind of Eastery theme, and even though we're past Easter now, it just really felt like springtime to me. So I never really pay much attention to what the paper pad is geared towards. I'm much more concerned with the color palette and the imagery that is going to be featured in those paper pads. So let's dive in. I'm going to sit down so I can go through this just a little bit better. So we're going to open this up, and right off the bat we have this gorgeous floral. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to use this pattern. I think it's so beautiful and so springy. It's really vibrant. It almost could go from spring into summer, which means it has more lasting ability to me. It's got that longevity that if I don't get to this sheet right away, I've got time to use it. And also there's like multiples in this paper pad. I think there's 2 of every print on in this paper pad. So, you know, I might use one for more of a springtime card, and I might use one for maybe like Mother's Day, or, you know, sometime further into the springtime towards summer season. So there's that. I'm sure we're going to find lots to mix with this because there's so many different colors in this print. Are you guys zoomed in enough? Let me just come in a little bit closer. So right off the bat, we have scored big time with the very first print in here. So on the back, we have got a tone on tone, and it is tiny little butterflies on this gorgeous green. So that's really different. Usually when you see tone on tone, it's like stripes or dots or little tiny designs, but this has butterflies, which is really different and unique, and I love that. Right off the bat, we've got a beautiful print. This matches the leaves perfectly, so these would work really well together. So there is a for sure match. And that's another thing that I love about the double-sided paper is often you will find a perfect match on the back side or on the next sheet coordinating from it. So not in this case. On this case, we've got some cut aparts. I typically don't use these. I'll just use the B side, but you absolutely could. That could make a really cute focal panel for a little girl card. You could trim down the strips and use those. And you could definitely trim out this piece and stamp something in the center and make a really quick and easy focal panel with that. But on the back, we've got these beautiful little scalloped stripes. I think that is a really gorgeous print that would work with a lot. Again, as I said, a lot of times it's either the matching print is either on the B side or right next to it in the paper pad. In this case, this coordinates perfectly with the sheet here. We've got all kinds of like girly imagery, which is fine because sometimes I do make girl cards because I sell my cards at my workplace, and my most popular cards are birthday cards because we have birthday parties at our studio, at our pottery studio, and so birthday cards are popular. So I will make birthday cards for little girls, even though I really don't have too many in my own personal life, but I just like to make them and they sell well. So that is something that I could definitely use together. Very, very cute. We've got fairies, unicorns, rainbows, castles, princesses, all kinds of really cute, girly icons in there. Mushroom houses, which are really adorable as well. Then on the back of that, we've got some beautiful little hearts. Again, the hearts are going to match really well with the floral. They're going to match with the icons there. They're going to also go well with this print here, which has an alphabet on it. So again, this is something that you could use for like a little girl's birthday card. I think that would be really adorable. But on the B side, we've got this purple tone-on-tone floral. Again, another really stunning print that is going to be really workable with a lot of different things. And it's going to go great with the floral. It's going to go great with any of these that we've already seen, with the icons there, with the alphabet even, because we've got the W and the D that are in that perfect matching purple tone. Then we've got a few more cut aparts. Again, those would be great for quick and easy focal panels if you like that kind of thing. And then we've got the same heart print as the pink, but now we've got it in a rainbow color palette. Really beautiful. And then this stunning, stunning plaid. I absolutely love this. I mean, this is like a pair of shorts that I would love to own. I really, really love that print. Again, this is going to be workable with so many things. I could totally see matching it with the floral and that little green butterfly print right there. So I could mix 3 patterns together. I think that would be really beautiful. And then we've got a tone-on-tone polka dot purple. Really, really cute. We've got these gorgeous little rainbows and sunshines. I personally love this. My husband's nickname for me is Sunshine, and that is what he calls me all the time. That's what he has me listed at as in his phone, and so I'm always drawn to little sunshine. So that is really, really cute. And again, that matches beautifully with the polka dots. It matches beautifully with the purple floral. It goes great with the pink hearts. Even the green butterflies. I mean, Echo Park knows what they're doing. You can never go wrong with Echo Park because they are just great at matching their prints and patterns together. They're like a no-brainer for me. Then we've got tone-on-tone little crowns. Very cute. That one also makes me think of like a little girl's birthday card. So that's another one that you could use for that. So if I didn't want to do a little girl's birthday card, I would most likely use the B side, but I think that is super adorable as well and would work really great with those icons. That would make a really cute little girl's birthday card. All right, so we've got more of these little cut aparts, and then on the B side we've got another floral. This one is more of a design in little rows, unlike the scattered print at the beginning. I kind of prefer this scattered print, but I do really like this one as well. And again, it's going to match with any of these. I don't want to waste too much time going through the prints in this one because they're all so well matched that they're going to mix with a lot of these, but some of the other pads are a bit more complicated, so I do want to get onto those. Again, we've got some more little girl icons. It would work great for a birthday card. And then on the back we've got the orange gingham, which would be, again, work with any of those larger icon, more colorful prints. Also with these little hot air balloons, which is really beautiful and very springy to me. So I really love that. We've got pennant banners that work great for birthday cards, but not only that, I think they work great for lots of celebrations. I could see this being used for a new baby card, for maybe a graduation card for a girl, or different things like that. And we've got some more little cut aparts. We've got that alphabet print, but on a tone and tone pink. We've got some really beautiful butterflies that, again, scream spring to me. Very excited about that one. And again, I could see mixing this with multiple of these other tone-on-tone prints. We've got some clouds that are raining little hearts. Super adorable. This one would make a great quick and easy focal panel. You could trim this down and then maybe even trim the green print down with a grass die, and then just add a few of your pre-colored and stamped images, and you would have like a focal panel done so fast. And then this pad is going to repeat. So that was the Echo Park My Little Girl. We're going to move on to the next one, which is the Simple Stories Fresh Air. Again, we've got 24 sheets of double-sided paper. So there's going to be 12 prints, 2 of each, just like the previous one. Simple Stories is another one that knows what they're doing. So they're, again, one of my tried and true. The thing about the Simple Stories is ever since they switched to the 6x8, at first I was really against it because I just love the 6x6 size. But now that slimline cards have become a thing, these do really work well for slimline cards. So I've kind of come around, but for me, you do lose some of these because they have these large sheets that I don't know if people are doing like junk journaling or pocket journaling or what they're doing with those, but I don't use them. Thankfully, like I said, it's double-sided, so there's always something usable on the back, like this really beautiful aqua gingham, which would go with so much, including this gorgeous floral that's right on there. We've got these beautiful spring colors on a navy background, which just really makes those colors pop. I could definitely see making a card with these two prints together very easily. Then we've got a beautiful bright rainbow plaid. Again, it's going to go very well with the one that's right next to it. We've got more of those little sunshines, which I love. So that could be easily mixed together, although I bet there's other things that would work well with this because in this one we've only got 2 colors. So we might want to see if there's something else that works better. You could almost even use it with the gingham, but I almost feel like that might be too bland. If I did, I would definitely want to use more of this and only a little bit of this just to make it a bit bolder. But you could use those together. I just think it's not much of a color palette to work with. You know, when you're doing your focal panel, I always try to make sure that my focal panel includes the colors that are in my pattern paper, and that's really not a lot to work with. But let's see. So we've got some little phrases here in a rainbow palette that could work well with the plaid. We've got one of these big prints. If you want, you could frame them in your craft room and change them out for the seasons. That could be cute, but I just use the B side, which is a nice yellow tone-on-tone gingham, which is going to work with a ton. That's going to work with the sunshines. I kind of like that better just because it's brighter than the aqua with the suns. Just because there's so much of that aqua already in the background, and the background has a plaid print, so it's almost like too much of the same. At least this is on a diagonal, so it's a little bit different, but I would prefer it with this. But again, that yellow would work really well with the floral. I could even see using these three together since this is on a diagonal and this is straight. You could mix those two prints together as well. It's also going to work great with these butterflies and moths and dragonflies. Really cute for summer and spring. And then we've got a beautiful pink wide gingham. It's a lot larger than the aqua. You can see the scale is quite different. But that's nice. It's nice that you have a mix of those things. Goes beautifully with all of these springtime icons, these little gardening seed packets and florals and hats and gloves and all that stuff. But it also goes really well with that sweet little floral. That would make a beautiful springtime card, these two. But you could also mix that with the yellow, or you could mix it with the aqua gingham at the front. See what I mean? How well they think out the prints and their color palettes. There's just so much workable material in these pads. Another of these big things that I wouldn't use. You could always use some of it. You could trim down some strips and maybe do like a little scalloped border or something on it, but look at that beautiful floral on the back though. Very, very pretty for spring. So that would be probably the side that I would use. And that would again go with any of those tone on tone prints. We've got some sweet little chickens with the floral in the background. Again, I would mix those with any of the gingham prints especially. I think those would look so sweet and kind of like farmhouse vibes. Even the orange plaid would also go really well with those chickens. I actually really love that since blue and orange are opposites on the color wheel. They look really stunning together. They have that pop of contrast that really draws the eye in. That's like a match made in heaven to me. I would love to use that. Then we've got a really small little like daisy on an olive green background. That's really cute. I could see mixing it with this floral, but I would want something that was more tone on tone between them because I think that could be too much just on its own. So maybe you could take, well, you could take the orange plaid or any of the others, the yellow plaid. I would mix one of these other prints in. Maybe even the pink, any of those, the aqua as well. But I love this also, this really pretty pink. The flowers kind of remind me of peonies a little bit, even though they're probably roses, but the way that they're stylized, they just remind me of peonies, which I grow in my yard because I love them so much. And then we've got a beautiful script on a aqua background. It says, "It's a lovely day," over and over and over. So really, really nice. We've got some cut aparts. We've got some daffodils. Very spring. That one I would probably mix with either the yellow or the pink. I really like it with the yellow. I think that adds a nice pop of contrast. Then we've got some more little cut aparts. Love that cute little frog. We've got a beautiful pastel rainbow polka dot that would work great with a lot of these other prints. Again, you could use the little bits around this phrase, but you could also just use the back, which is the same as the beginning. So this pad is going to repeat at that point. So that is the Simple Stories Fresh Air 6x8 pad. Another really great one. So I'm not sure how long this video is going to be today. Normally I might break it even into 2 videos, but I just really want to get this done. I really want to start using these pattern paper pads, so I want to get this video out for you guys. So hopefully you don't mind the longer video, but we're going to move on now to Pebbles Cool Girl. And like I said, this is a company that I have not used in a really, really long time. And so I wasn't sure about it, but I decided to take a chance because I was just really drawn in to the imagery And this one does have some foil in there. I wouldn't say it's a gold foil. I think it's more of like a brassy tone, which is something a little bit different. But let's go ahead and dive into this one. This one is single-sided, which I said at the beginning, it's not my favorite. I prefer the double-sided because they just work better together. But I still do think there are some matches to be made in here. And not every card has to have multiple layers of pattern paper. I do prefer it because I think it gives it a really dynamic look. But sometimes just one sheet of pattern paper is enough to give a bit of an impact. So let's see what we can find in here. By the way, all of these paper pads, all I did was open them up. I didn't even flip through ahead of time because I wanted to give you guys my first impressions. So we're going to figure it out together. So right off the bat, we've got some nice little girly icons again. So we can make some great birthday cards. I think this is a little bit older than the Echo Park It's a Girl. I would say the Echo Park It's a Girl is like more for maybe under the age of 10, and this one could maybe be like a preteen age because we've got, I don't know, just a little bit more sophisticated imagery, I think, here with the cactuses and the, we've got ice cream cones, we've got little cats, and I mean, not that it can't be for younger girls as well. Where did I see it? I swear there was roller skates in here. Or did I just see that? I'm looking at it sideways so I can show you guys the whole. Oh, yes, there are like roller skates and strawberries, and I think it's just a little bit more of like a preteen, although it certainly could be used for younger. But I think this one kind of extends on, you know, with the birthday parties that we do at our studio, you can kind of tell a difference between the pieces that the kids pick. And this age will pick out like the donut boxes and the banks and the roller skates and, you know, stuff like that. So that's what I'm basing that on. Rainbows and things like that. Anyway, so we've got a beautiful kind of watercolor rainbow, which is really, really cute. That could work well with these icons. I can see this probably working with a lot of different things. We've got a floral on kind of like a mustard yellow background, which is not my favorite, but there were enough other prints in here that didn't sway me, but you could still use it in small doses. We've got some cut aparts that you could use. We've got, this one is one of the ones that was like a standout for me. I love strawberries. I have a few stamp sets that have strawberries, and I love to use them. So I could really see using this on a card with some of those images, especially like the Hello Bluebird. We have a few strawberry stamp sets with Hello Bluebird that I think could be really, really stunning with this print. And I love the color palette. I love that kind of periwinkle indigo blue background. I think it really makes the pinks and the reds and the yellows and the aquas in this print pop. I really, really love this one. Then we've got a pink with the foiling on it. So we've got that brassy foiling, and that could probably work with the strawberries. We've got tiny little rainbows. That's probably going to work with a few things. We've got some phrases. I could even see that with the rainbows. We've got like a school ledger print. That actually goes really well with the second strawberry print in here. Like I said, the strawberries in this pad were what really drew me. So we've got, if you don't want to go quite so bold as the previous strawberry print with all those bold colors and the florals, you've got a more simple strawberry print here, just on the pink background with the little flowers. I think this is also really, really beautiful. And I can't wait to use both of them. We've got a gorgeous night sky with those brass colored or bronze colored stars. Again, this could be a really quick and easy focal panel for like a nighttime scene. And then we've got a pink tone on tone plaid, but it's more of like a painted look. I really like that. I think that could work maybe well with the strawberries, although the pinks are not a perfect match. See, this is the thing with these single-sided papers. A lot of times the color palettes are not as consistent across the board. So this is a warmer pink. This is more like R20 pink, and this is a cool tone pink, like maybe RV11 if you're familiar with Copics. So they're not a perfect match, but I think there are other things you could probably use that with. I bet it works really well with this print here because we've got multiple pinks in this one. It actually is a really good match for these florals. So that would probably be a really good match. I'll have to keep that in mind. Then we've got some crayons. I thought that would be a nice, quick and easy background. Probably something that I would not mix with other prints, but just use on its own and maybe put like a larger focal panel in the center of it. Something like You Color My World, or, you know, something to that effect. We've got some daisies with the little bronze colored centers. Those are really cute. I'm not sure what I would mix that with. I don't know if I've seen anything. Maybe that, but I mean, it could work. I don't know if I've seen anything yet that I would think is a perfect match for that, but it could be something that you use on its own again, or there might be something else coming up. Beautiful polka dot. These were great for birthday cards, any kind of celebration cards, just general springtime cards, you know, to mix and match with all kinds of stuff. And then we've got some beautiful little unicorns with pink manes and swans and lots of florals. This one is really pretty and again would work great with that pink plaid. That's the right pink for this. So that could be another one that I use for that. The nice thing that I've gotten used to about these 6x8 pads is you can get multiple uses out of a single sheet, because if you're making a standard size card, you can almost get 2 of them out of a single sheet. So you get more bang for your buck, I guess, although they are a bit more expensive. But this one I thought was really cool. It's got a very painterly look, but it almost looks like it was painted with a palette knife. It's got some texture to it. I thought that could be really interesting. I'm not sure what I would mix it with. Color-wise, it could go with the unicorns, but I don't know. The texture seems a bit more sophisticated to me, and the unicorns seem a bit more childlike, or, you know, that innocence of youth. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I would mix that one with yet, but I do think it's very interesting. No. So there we've got some more little tags and cut aparts. You could use those for gifts, and then this pad is going to repeat itself. So there were a few matches in there, and then there were a few standouts that you would probably use just singly on a card. But we'll see how it works. I'm definitely willing to give this company a try. And in fact, my last paper pad is also from Pebbles. It's a very different color palette. This one is called Sunny Blooms. And again, I was just really drawn, you can probably tell from the front, to the strawberry imagery and the color palette. I thought it was something a little bit different. This one is definitely more cool toned and vibrant, whereas this one is a bit more, I wouldn't call it muted, it's just different. I like to have a different selection of color palettes when I am, you know, purchasing different paper pads. I don't want just like 3 of the same pastel Easter, you know, colors. I want something different from each pad so I can kind of go to them based on my mood. You know what I mean? So let's dive into this one. And first of all, we've got some more of the foil, but this time it is gold foil. So we've got a really nice stripe, and they're not perfectly straight stripes, which is kind of interesting. They've got a little bit of a wobble to them, which I think is fun. It gives it more of like an organic, it's just a little bit more, I don't know, artistic maybe? I don't know. It's just something different. This is going to be workable with a lot of different things, I think, because stripes go with a lot. So then we've got some little green with the white flowers on there. Really pretty. That would work well with the rainbow stripe there. And then we've got, this is my favorite. I just love this so much. We've got daffodils and all kinds of little flowers. We've got little bees, And then these adorable little bunnies. I love this so much. I kind of wish I had had this before Easter because I think this would have made such a sweet Easter card. But bunnies are not limited to Easter, not in my opinion. I love bunnies. I have them in my yard from spring until winter time. And so I can use this no matter what. I think this will be a great springtime sheet and I cannot wait to use this. This also works well with the stripes. It's got those colors in it, but I think it's a little bit too bold for this. I probably would not mix these two together. So I'm hoping there'll be something else that'll work a little bit better. Because I would really like, when I use something like this, I want it to be the focus. I don't want two prints that are both really bold, kind of warring for your attention. Oh, so here, this would be perfect. This would be absolutely perfect. You can see they even put a strip of the previous one right there so you can see. I think this could be really, really soft and delicate, and it's going to make this print stand out so nicely. This is beautiful to me. That is something I would definitely use together. And it's the perfect pink match for the pinks that are in this print. We've got some cut aparts. The little labels are fun. You could cut these down and make quick and easy focal panels if you want to. And then we've got, this one is very similar to the green one at the front, except less scattered. We've got just one size in here where we had multiple here, but it's the same flower on a soft kind of blue periwinkle background. That's really pretty. And then we've got a really nice fun plaid. I love the way that it looks like almost like a basket weave. It's really nicely woven together. That could work well with the floral and maybe mix something else in there as well. I wouldn't use it with the bunnies again because it's too much for me. We've got a really pretty polka dot. I love this. This is beautiful and this could work with a lot. I could actually almost see, I could even mix this in with something else, although not the pink in that case. Then I would have to find something else because I wouldn't want to do polka dots and polka dots. I would want something maybe like a plaid or a stripe or something like that in the mix. So if I did use these two together, I would want something else as the combination. There's a nice bold floral. I think that is really fun. It reminds me of like a 70s print. I don't know what I would pair that with just yet. I don't think I've seen anything. See, that's what I said about these single-sided sheets. Sometimes that's all there is. You just use that with, you know, something, you know, just your focal panel and have nothing kind of layering it together. This is kind of fun. This one could maybe work with the polka dots and the bunnies. It is a bit eye-catching. So it's more bold than this soft tone on tone. But yeah, I could see those working together. If you layered them up right, I think those could work together. This one is really pretty, and actually that goes well with this one, or also with the pink that I had said for the bunnies. That one would also be really pretty. I would give it really a soft, dreamy look. We've got just a little bit of foiling in these small white flowers, but that is a fun color palette. It's a little bit more moody. I could almost even see this used for like a sympathy card if you're struggling to find, you know, like a pattern for that. I think this could work well for that, but not necessarily. It really depends on what your focal image is. But you know, this could be that, but I think it could work for multiple different occasions. Then we've got a nice pink and white stripe. Again, that would work with the bunnies. That would work with this floral. There's a fun little rainbow in some like warmer tones with a pink sky. That's really pretty, and I can see the next sheet here is going to match really well with that. This would also go really nicely with the bunnies, this kind of red with the pink polka dots. That could be cute. Then we've got the strawberries. That would work really well with this red as well. I really like the yellow with the pink and the red in here. I think that gives it a really warm, comforting look. I think this could also work for summertime, like I said earlier, with spring or summer. And then we've got some strawberries again, but on a smaller scale. That could also work with the red and pink. Maybe the pink stripe would also be really pretty in that. I would want definitely to have like a big focal panel for these because it's not super eye-catching. It is, but it's more subtle, so I would want my focal panel to really pack a punch in this case. Let's see, we've got some more cut aparts. We've got kind of like a ledger print. That could work well with a few of those other, that could work with the strawberries, especially the one with the aqua. And where was that blue floral? That could work well with the blue floral as well. It's a possibility. And then we're back to the stripes. So that was the entire paper pad. So there were a few in there that were really mixable, and then a few again that were kind of like just use them on their own or find something else to mix them with. But anyway, that is all for paper pads. We managed to get them all done in one video, so I'm really proud about that. Hopefully it's not too long, but I hope this video was valuable to you guys. I hope that it gave you a bit more confidence when it comes to mixing your prints and patterns, or even just some suggestions of what to look for when you're shopping for pattern paper. Like I said, if you want to find something that's really easy and user-friendly to mix and match, go for the double-sided papers. I think they're a lot easier to work with, but definitely there are still some gems to be found in the single-sided paper. So thank you guys so much for watching, for spending your time with me today. It really means a lot. I'm so grateful to have each and every one of you here, and for your kind comments of support. It just means the absolute world to me. And thank you so much. I'll see you soon in another video. Bye-bye.